We all know that retiring early with a 9 to 5 job is impossible, so it's no wonder that cryptocurrencies have piqued the interest of investors for a quick and early retirement. That is why in this video, I will show you how to retire on Ethereum by 2030 or sooner. So make sure to stay tuned to this video. Welcome to Crypto Live. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel to stay updated on our upcoming videos about cryptocurrencies. I know a lot of you have been curious about how to retire early on cryptocurrencies such as Ethereum, so let's jump right in. Basically, a structured presentation on the number of Ethereum you need not only across 4 different price prediction methodologies, but also across some of the countries where the top viewers come from and the best places in the world to retire. So if you have a plan, for example, to retire in Bali, Indonesia, I'll tell you exactly how many Ethereum you need to do that. To begin, we will discuss the Ethereum Dominance area, which is important to the actual valuation model. So let's start with the first step. Back in December 2020, Ethereum accounted for around 15% of Bitcoin's market cap, and it accounts for 24% now. One of the most important ratios was the Ethereum to Bitcoin ratio went from 0.22 to 0.38, which is a different interpretation of the same numbers. Let's quickly touch on these differences. Firstly, all of you know that Bitcoin is a digital currency and a store of value, while Ethereum is a token that facilitates smart contracts. Thus, there's a major difference because Bitcoin was launched in January 2009, whereas Ethereum was launched in July 2015. Furthermore, the fact that Ethereum's partnership network is so powerful makes me incredibly bullish about this cryptocurrency. Aside from these, there are some big companies as well, like Visa, that are deep in partnerships with Ethereum. And more brand new groups are jumping on our platform every day. Hence, not only does Ethereum have a much greater number of developers, but it is also backed by some of the strongest partnerships. Thus, I am extremely bullish on Ethereum. Moreover, another factor to keep in mind is that CBDCs, or central bank digital currencies, require a blockchain like Ethereum. So, for instance, consider a situation in which a sovereign state wants to launch its own digital currency, and you want Ethereum to facilitate that. For a moment, let's look at Ethereum's actual supply. As of last November 9th at 2:45 UTC, the market cap of Ethereum was $568.13 billion, and the price was about $4,802.62. Additionally, the coin supply is considerably more than Bitcoin with 118 million coins. Furthermore, we can also calculate that 2 new Ethereum are produced or mined every 15 seconds, which also sounds like a lot. In other words, the new ETH in the market every year is about 4.2 million, and there's some discussion about capping the Ethereum supply, but nothing has been confirmed yet. If we were to assume that there are 2 new ETHs created every 15 seconds for the next 10 years, the total supply in 2021 would be about 114 million to 118 million coins, and so on all the way to about 152 million coins by 2030. In a very conservative scenario, Raoul Pal believes that Ethereum will hit $20,000 by the end of the year in the current cycle, so that would be the first price prediction. And according to the second price prediction, Ethereum would account for 33% of the Bitcoin market capitalization because of its dominance. To continue, let's estimate that Bitcoin could reach $551,000 in 2030, bringing Bitcoin's market cap to about $10.4 trillion, which is similar to gold's market cap. Further, assuming that Ethereum dominance is 1/3 of Bitcoin's market cap, that would make Ethereum's market value around $3.5 trillion. Accordingly, there will be 152 million ETH coins in 2030, which means that the price per ETH coin will be about $22,938. In the third model, Ethereum was valued at 10% of Bitcoin at the peak. So if you think of the Ethereum to Bitcoin ratio today, basically many predict there will be a 10 Ethereum to 1 Bitcoin ratio, and some think it could even be a lot higher if that ratio happens. According to the prediction, the Bitcoin price in the year 2030 will be $551,000, which would place the ETH price around $55,000. So now let's look at 3 different models at once, and there is a model in which 12,800 in the year 2030, and the ETH's dominance thesis with 33% of Bitcoin market cap is $22,938 in 2030. And we've got ETH going temps, and the Bitcoin value would bring it to $55,000. So with the fourth model, we have an average of all three, which is the ultra-conservative model of $12,800 plus the 10% of Bitcoin value of $55,000, giving a total of $30,000. To begin, let's analyze living costs, purchasing power, and average salaries of 180 different countries. And then let's make a list of the top countries where most of our listeners live. Then let's consider the top retirement spots around the world and calculate a different price model of what it would take to retire in each of these places under these three different pricing scenarios. So here's how it works. Starting with the Cayman Islands, because it's the most expensive place to live, and also because Raoul Pal believes Ethereum will reach $20,000 in this bull cycle, a new high of over 10x from its current value. So imagine a price prediction model with Ethereum Dominance, a price prediction model with Bitcoin value, and then an average of all three in your monthly spend, which is adjusted by 1% inflation per year, and that's 2030 to 2055. Similarly, let's assume the Ethereum price will appreciate by approximately 3% a year. In this case, since you have a certain amount of money every single month to spend, the cost to live in the Cayman Islands for 1 month currently comes to $7,322. Tax excluded. Take into account that this is all after tax and everyone has retired and everything else is taken into account. Regardless, the question is how many Ethereum do you need to generate $7,300 per month for the next 25 years starting in 2030? And it would take you all the way from 2030 until 2054 based on our model if we assume our model. You would need 129 Ethereum, and if we assumed the Ethereum Dominance model, you would need 72 Ethereum. Using this assumption, if Ethereum reaches 10 of Bitcoin's market value and the Bitcoin reaches $550,000 in 2030, you will need 30 Ethereum. As a result, you need 54 Ethereum as an average. So there you go. You don't need that many Ethereum for the most expensive place on Earth. Now let's look at the second country, the United States, and we'll apply the exact same methodology to price the cost index and find out what it takes to retire a simple life in the U.S. for $50,488 a month. Thus, again, using the model, the number of Ethereum that you need in the U.S. is 54. The temporally centered Bitcoin value is 22, and the average is 41. In other words, imagine somewhere between 25 and 100 Ethereum will be necessary to survive in the U.S., depending on the model. But most likely a good number in the United States would be 100 Ethereum, just to be safe. Taking a look at Australia, you would need about $5,229 a month to live conservatively. Therefore, you need 92 ETH using our model, which comes down to 21 Ethereum. Therefore, our conclusion number is one that the news about Ethereum has been extremely positive, and there is speculation about a bright future for this digital currency that has a high probability of success and a lot of long-term potentials, and a lot of people are interested in it. 2. Many see Ethereum as being worth at least $100,000 by the year 2030, which is well beyond our estimations. But once again, many would really like to sandbag and be conservative. Similarly, Raoul Pal said recently he was convinced Ethereum might reach $20,000 under Metcalfe's law in this bull cycle. And we know that the price of Ethereum has risen dramatically since we bought it in June and July for $300 and change, to nearly $2,000 now. As you can see, 7 or 8 months ago, the price was a fraction of it today, and people want it to be 10x as quickly as possible. Lastly, our most important question is, will it survive? So evidently, Ethereum is the most popular smart contract platform at the moment, and it is generally surviving and thriving. Furthermore, it has more developers working on the project than any other cryptocurrency. Thus, I believe there are 2,500 at last count working on the project. Furthermore, there is as much Bitcoin locked up in Ethereum as there is on the Bitcoin Lightning Network. That's all for this video about crypto, and thank you for watching. If you would like to receive updates on the crypto market, make sure you click the subscribe and bell button.